Hello, welcome again to Cracking the Cryptic and a very unusual solve today. I'm going to be attempting a pair of puzzles that have to be solved together. There's the second one, there's the first one. This is by Panthera and the Asylum, and it's to encourage you, to get you enthused about Japanese sum Sudoku, so that in case you haven't already, you go over to Patreon and try their, well, Panthera and the Asylum are 2 members out of 3 of the PBN Institute, the Paint by Numbers Institute. SM Marcus 100 is the 3rd contributor. They have together created Caroline's Halloween Adventure, a series of Japanese sum Sudokus that deliver great pictures, and that's on Patreon, and it's our hunt for October, and you can enter it as a competition till the 20th, and then just for fun after that, you can attempt all the puzzles. That culminates with a kind of 5-in-1 samurai Japanese sums puzzle. But I don't think any of the puzzles have fog. I don't remember if they do. They might do. But these 2 definitely do. And I'll do the rules for these in a moment and we'll explain them. Now, I think Panthera had hoped that Simon and I might attempt this together on the channel, but not only would that give us insuperable technical difficulties, we can barely flick between our screens on a live stream, as we're doing on Tuesdays lately. But I'm not sure how we could present 2 grids side by side with our heads as well. That's almost too much for the screen, I think. So we're not doing that. What we're doing is I'm having a go at both puzzles together and trying to hopefully feed information from one to the other and flick between them, and that is how you could solve them yourself, or you could solve them with a friend. And so there are 2 links under the video to the 2 puzzles today, and they do have to be solved together. You can't do one on its own, apparently. So we'll do the rules of those shortly, and I've mentioned Patreon, where Caroline's Halloween Adventure is available, and all sorts of other content that we put up there every month. Also, of course, our apps are available. Do check out the links under the video. They are great and good fun, and we recommend them highly. There is not yet a Fog of War app, but there will be. Also, of course, we have our merchandise and Sven's Sudoku Pad on links under the video, so do check those out. Now, what are the rules of these? Because there are a lot of common rules and there are 1 or 2 that are different. So I'm going to read out this one. This is puzzle A, the one that's on the screen at the moment, and the puzzles are called Foes Eternal. You will start in this puzzle. You'll need to complete both puzzles simultaneously to succeed. Just note, the conflict checker won't work completely correctly, and you may wish to turn it off not to be confused. Right, the grid and some outside clues are covered by Fog of War. Placing correct digits will remove fog in surrounding cells. In the grid, you'll find cages that are labelled. Well, I can see some of them outside the grid already. The digits in these cages are to be transferred to the matching cage in the other puzzle to help, well, it says to reveal more fog, but it means to kind of, to clear more fog, I suppose. Outside the grid, there are coloured squares. The colour of the squares in this puzzle are red, and the squares outside the grid indicate the order of the runs of contiguous cells that must be shaded the colour of the clue, and the number in the square indicates the sum of the cells in the run. There must be at least 1 unshaded cell between runs of the same colour, but that's not required for runs of different colour. All shaded runs are given, and for best results, remove any unshaded marking done once the grid's complete. And finally, there are black dots in the grid, standard black crocky dots with a 2-to-1 ratio between the 2 digits on them. Okay, galloped through those. Now, this means that there is a run of cells adding up to 41, then a gap, then a run of red cells adding up to 1 in that column. Now, in the other puzzle, all the rules are the same, except we've got more colours and no reds. We've got grey, green, purple, yellow, blue and light blue, and they do get letters, so capital B is dark blue and capital G is grey. So small g is green, small b is light blue. That's for anybody colourblind. But that's it. So There must be at least one unshaded cell between runs of the same colour, but that's not required for runs of different colours in this puzzle. So those are the Japanese sums rules. And as I say, we're trying to get you enthused about Japanese sums, so you try the Patreon. That's Panthera and the Asylum's plan. It's a lovely idea anyway, and hopefully I can do it justice by being one solver flicking between the two puzzles. I'm going to restart the clock on both. Let's get cracking now. So this is where we have to start. Now, this run of 41, okay, I get to share the secret straight away that every row, column and box in a Sudoku adds up to the same number. We know the number, it's 45. Now, that's because 1 to 9 adds up to 45. So in this column, we've got 42 at least in red cells. There's fog here, so who knows, well, I know if that's another red cell, and I know it's not. But the reason I know that is because the numbers missing from red cells add to 3 in this column, or the numbers missing from those two red groups add to 3. Now, how are we going to make up that 3? We can't use the number 1 because that's in the final red run. So it's got to be a single 3. So I can actually just fill in a 1 here and a 3 here and make the 1 red. And all these cells must add up to 41 in the column. They're red. This is not red. What colour am I going to use? Yellow to mark uncoloured in this puzzle. And then I'll get rid of yellow at the end. And now I know that A1, which is a cage I've revealed, has a value of 3. There aren't any other A1s in this puzzle. We've got one other clue given to us, is a 12 clue, so that at least 2 of those cells are red. It could be a fourth one, might have to be red, don't know. That might be all I can do in this puzzle. I mean, I suppose I know that A3 is not 1 or 3 now, and it is a single digit. So I'm going to take the knowledge that A1 is a 3 to the next puzzle. And here's an A1 cell. Oh, there's another one. Here's one. There and there and there. Are there any others? There might be, but I can't see them. I'm putting 3s in those. That doesn't clear any fog. But, oh, there's only one cell that can be yellow in this puzzle because there's only one row with a yellow cell and one column with a yellow cell. So I'm sticking in 3 here. Look at that fog clearance, nothing revealed. But I'm making it yellow. Now, what else is that giving me? Not a lot is my feeling. Oh, maybe I can add up some row. Oh, look at this row. 20 and 23, that's 43. Take that away from 45. I'm going to say that A2 has to be a 2. And you could have started in this puzzle with that information, I suppose. But A2 has to be a 2. If A2 was a 1, there would have to be another cell in this row having a 1 that was uncoloured to get to the total of 45. And then there'd be 2 cells having a 1. So A2 is not a 1. A2 is a 2. And there's several A2s in this puzzle. I don't know if that's going to clear fog. It might do. Yes, I do clear a bit of fog in the grid by filling in a digit outside. Good. Now, look at the bottom row. 42 and a 2. Now, this time, there's clearly 1 missing from that total of 45 in that row. So there is a single cell that is not coloured. And in the other puzzle, I could happily put that here because I had 2 runs of the same colour and I needed to distinguish them. In this puzzle, I can't do that. Indeed, that single cell 1 could be here, or here, or here. Everything in that area is definitely green, maybe even that one as well. Yeah, they're all green. And we've got 15s at the bottom of 3 of these cells. So they're all green. There's only 1 green clue in this row, so that's green to join up the greens. And then what? This must be the this is the only column in which dark blue goes to the bottom. So the blue in row 9 must be there. So that is going to be the 2. That is a blue 2. There we go. Now, is that a 1? Yes, this is not a green digit. Oh, I should have thought about that, sorry. That is not a green digit here. So it is a 1. And now we know a new cage. B2 is a 1. It's only A's that are written outside this grid. I'm going to flick back to the other puzzle to see if that helps me now. B2, is that what I just said? B2 is a 1. I've got lots of them. Well, I've got 4 of them. They're all 1s. Oh, look at all the fog clearance there. Wow, happy days. Okay, look at this 43. That's 8 cells, definitely. Because the outies, the ones not in that 43, add up to 2, and that can't be 2 different ones, so it's a single 2. And that's more fog cleared in a cell I'm colouring yellow for now in this puzzle. Those are all red. Now I've got 36 in this row now, so that's at least 6 red cells. 5 could only add up to a 35 maximum. Those will be part of a 28, although I have to bear in mind there could be a number beneath those reds in the fog. Oh, B1. Did I not get B1 from the other puzzle? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm just going to stick with this for now, exhaust anything I can do here. I've got a 1 somewhere in these, a 1 some. I don't care, I can't use the ones. Oh, 14 and 10 at the ends of rows 2 and 3 mean I can make those red. I can't do that much else, I don't think. Or if I can, it's not obvious to me how. A 12 and a 12 in this bottom row is interesting, but not powerful enough. So I still don't know what A3 is. I'm going back to the other puzzle. So let's see if we can do something here. We had a 3 at the top. So there's, what colour am I going to use for not coloured in this puzzle? Grey is not available. The blues, the purple, yellow, green are all in the colours. Orange maybe for not coloured? Let's do that. Oh, well, this whole row is not coloured. There's no clue in it. And in this row, the 3 is the first thing, so they're all orange. Right. Now, down here, we've got 2 in purple, could be there. Could be there as well, in one of those. 15 in blue, could be 2 cells. 8 in light blue. Oh, okay, light blue are constrained within these 4 columns by the clues up here, but within all sorts of rows. This 22 light blue is at least 3 cells, and there are 4 available, so those 2 are light blue. That is part of the 8 sum in this column. That is going to be part of the 7 sum. This was not coloured, so that's orange now. So this is part of the 7 sum, and there's a 15 sum higher up in the grid that's not in that row. So that must be in these 2 rows. In fact, that must be a 7 and an 8. Those bits are done. And then below, there's a 7 sum that is now more than 1 cell because we've had the 7. It's not 3 cells because we've had a 1 in the column. So it's 2 of these. It's either those 2 or those 2. Then 9 in this final column for light blue can't be fulfilled either just by the 4 or just by the 5. So although one of them could be involved, and neither has to be, this cell has to be involved. That's definitely light blue. Oh, same thing here with the 7 in this column. Can't be just the 4 or just the 5, so that's involved. So these are definitely all light blue. Now that might help with, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't help with anything. Where do the 4 and the 5 in these rows in light blue go? What do I know? I know I need 2 at least in this column. I don't know that for any other column. I can't use them up here. No, okay, maybe I just don't know. Sorry, blah, 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 blathering away without any real idea. Now, okay, in this column, the top run of cells adds up to 3 in blue, and it can't be a 2-1 pair because we've already had 2 in the column. So it's got to be a single 3, and it can't be in those cells by Sudoku. So 3 blue could be here. Indeed, that is where blue ends a column, so a row. So that is the 3 blue. And we've got to get up to 23, so all of those are blue, and indeed no more, because blue is, dark blue even, is only available in these final 4 columns, just like light blue. So that's a 3, and that's all the dark blue in this column. There's purple definitely here, because that's the last row in which there can be purple. There's light blue, it's the last run in this row, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to risk doing any more. Now, is this going to be helpful? This is dark blue, but it's part of a 15 clue that must run south from here. Oh, and the digits I'm allowed here are not a 3 by Sudoku, so that dark blue 3 is going to give a 1 or a 2 here. This 15 clue is going to have to run south to here and stop there. This is an 8 clue, so that must run south as well. And that must be the other digit out of the 1, 2, making 3, and by Sudoku that's a 2, so that's a 1. This is now, well, it's a 6 unless blue continues to here. What do I need in this row? That's getting quite interesting now as well. Oh, and I need a dark blue 3 under light blue in that column, so that goes there. That is the 3 from this row. Okay, so then I've got 9 in 1, 2, or even 3 cells. No, this is not dark blue. So that is the only cell that can be dark blue in this column, because we can't have a run, because it would hit that cell, but the row doesn't need any. So that is a 9. These 2 add up to 11 now, and this one can't be more than 6. Can these 2 cells add up to 6? No, they can't be 1, 5 or 2, 4, so that is a 6. This is known by calculation as a 5, that's B1. This is now a 9 to make up the 15 sum, and that makes up the row. And that's all the dark blue done in the puzzle. Excellent. Now, can this be 2 cells adding up to 8? And the answer is no. It can't be 1, 7, 2, 6, or 3, 5. So that's a single 8 there. Didn't clear any fog because it couldn't. But it's still right, I think. Maybe I should just be doing Sudoku now. Oh yes, look, I've got a purple 2 to put in. That's got to be there. That's not Sudoku, but never mind. 4 or 6 at the top. 4, 6, and 7 are the possibles down below. This number is not known. That was a 2. We need a... In this row... Oh, they all add up, of course. We know that every row is filled by colour. Well, colour including grey. Does that change the grey of the fog in any way? Maybe a fraction. I can't quite tell. Never mind, I'm still using grey there. Now, we don't know what that... We discovered a letter, didn't we? B1 cage. So let's go back to puzzle 1, where B1 is a 5 now. There's 1 there. That's going to clear fog. Ooh, interesting. Right. What is the top row the top red area, it can't be more than 2 cells. It must be those two. They must add up to 5. That's intriguing. And then there's a gap, and then a group adding up to 35, and only one group. So that's 40 as a total. The other digits in the column are also adding up to 5, because I've deducted 40 from 45, and they must make up 1, 2, 3, and 4 as well. So the bottom 5 add up to 35. They are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a pair that adds to 5, and that's a pair that adds to 5. That's intriguing. Now, in this column, we've got a single 2 as the last run. That's got to be there, and it's got to be shut off by yellow. Then these are part of a run adding to 16, which could be 2 cells or more. And there's a run adding to 6. Now, this cannot be just 2 cells, because that's got a maximum of 4, and we're looking for 14. So that's red and is in the 6 total. Can't be 3 cells up here, because those 2 would be from 1, 2, 3, and that would be too many. But it could still be a 1, 5 pair or a single 6. We've had a 2 in the column. Now A3 is becoming 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. We could relate that back into the other puzzle, but it's not very specific. Now, in this row, there's a 1 before the 14 total. So the one is not, the one in the row is not in the 14 total. Don't know. That is a yes, these are yellow because they're not red. That's a single 9 now. Oh, there's a black dot. That's exciting. This can't be a 1 or a 3. So it could be 2, 4, 6 or 8. Now, we add the black dot together. It can't be an 8, 4 pair, or that would bust the cage, the calculation. If it was a 6, 3 pair, we would need a 5 here. That's very plausible. If it was a 2, 4 pair, which is the alternative, that won't work, because we could either have a 6 here and get up to 12 and need another 2, but we'd have had a 2, 4 pair here, so that wouldn't be possible. Or we could have 2, 4, hang on, I've done my calculation wrong. 2, 4 with a 5, bother, and then we could have a single 3. Rats, that will work. Okay, what else have we got going on now? We've got 36 here. We don't know about this column because its clues are shrouded in fog still. We've got 1s mentioned in that column, but they don't have to be in row 2 and match this 1. We've got a 1 mentioned in this row. Oh, that's become a single digit 6, and that's in a, because of this clue, and that is in a cage marked A3. Right, I'm going to take that into the other puzzle. A3 is a 6. A3 is here and here. Oh, loads of these. Well, 3 of them. I thought it was building up for loads. That clears fog. B4, what do we know about B4? Nothing. It's going to be up here. No, nothing. Okay. Right, now what can we do here now? That's a naked 4. It sees all the other digits in its column or box. That's a 7, 8 pair. Yeah, Sudoku is your friend. There's where 3 is in column 8. 5 and 9 still to place. Now, in this row, we had 3 in yellow, 7 in blue. They're all done. 8 in blue, 2 in purple. Grey is a 1. Does that have to be here? Probably not. Those add up to 20. We've got grey 3, which is a single digit 3. Somewhere in these grey... No, I'm having to do the colouring. The grey cell could be there. 9 and 4, that's all we have. That 4 is light blue. These are all orange. Oops, these are all orange. And I may be able to finish off light blue now. 7 is done, so that's not light blue, that's orange. 8 is done in the column. Now, that cannot contribute to the 9 clue, because this would have to be 1 or 2, and the box rules that out. So the 9 clue is either a single 9 here, or 4, 5. Both look possible at the moment. That's really annoying. But in the 22 clue going across here, that is now either 2 or 7. Oh, but I've made that orange and that dark blue. This is a single 7. That is a 4 now to make the 22 work. This is now a 5 and is light blue. And that all works. Okay, that's a 9. This is a 6, 7. Sorry, that was probably easier to resolve than I was finding it. 4, 5 there. We've got a 1, 6, 9 triple. Now, those are from 1, 4, 7, 8. I'm just doing some pencil marking to get myself excited. Now, in this column, these are orange. Green, this is A4, effectively, at the bottom. Ah, we've got a 6 clue there. That's this single one, then. That can't be a 7. This is not coloured, I don't think, in this column. No, it's not. That's orange. Now, we've got a total here of 24, plus 21 in green is all the remaining cells. So that explains why we don't have a single 6 there or there. This is a pair. If they're, whichever way round they go, 1 and 2 doesn't go on the bottom row. The same is true here. So that gives us a 1, 2 pair in row 8. Everything else in row 8 is 4, 6 or 8. And look at all these 15 totals we have to achieve. What about here? These see 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 7, 3. That's an 8, 9 pair. There's a 15 total here that is not done, I think. Oh, it could be 9, 6, so it could be done with those two. I thought I was going to be able to mark this green, but I can't. In this row, that's a 3, 7 pair. 7, 8 could achieve a 15 in one of those columns. The 3 is going to be under something that does have green. Now, what is the 8 clue in this row? It's not a single 8. It's not 3, 5 or 7, 1. It's either a 2, 6 pair or a 1, 2, 5 triple. But that is not... This is orange because it's not green. We've added up to the 6 with those two, and it's below an orange. So those are orange. Right, now these two are the green pair. They are a 2, 6 pair in this row. Everything else in the row is 1, 5 or 9 and is orange. And now these two, okay, let's add up those 8. Plus 10 there is 18. We're coming to a total of 30. That can't be right. Yes, it is. Those two add up to 12. They are a 4, 8 pair. Oh, it was very obvious from the fact that 6 was in those cells. This is a 5. That's a 1. This is a 2, 4 pair. That's a 6. Now we are rocking and rolling. One of these sets is 7... I don't understand. Something's gone wrong. Something has gone wrong here. Right, something's gone wrong, and I think I know what it was. I think I made a false assumption about how 6 was going to be made up. Do you know when I said that these were both pairs of 1, 2 and 4, 5? I forgot that you could have a 3 cell 6 in one of these columns. So the bottom cell is 3, 4 or 5. The next cell up is always 1 or 2, so I do at least get those. Yeah, look at that. I'd forgotten 3, 1, 2 or 3, 2, 1. So my apologies for that. Apologies to the puzzle creators especially. Now that can't be 3, 2, 1, so that is only 2 cells because of this 3. So that one goes orange, this goes orange. Now 8 can't be a 1, 2, 5 triple because it would break that cell, so it is a 2, 6 pair. That was still right, but something is different. I don't know which side the 2-6 pair is. Now, things have changed down here. 8, 3, 4, 7. There is a 2-6 pair here. These digits are from 1, 5, 9. And I don't know. I don't think it's quite as clear what was going on. Oh, these are all orange in this column. That's worth thinking about. We've got 6 there and 12 here in 2 or 3 of these cells. It is very easy to make a false assumption in these puzzles. That is one of the joys of them in a way, is they are very clever at messing with you. Oh, 2 has to appear in this box. And the pencil marking says it's there. So this is a 4, and that is in a coloured cell, a B3 cell. I must have been not clearing fog last time with my wrong entries and not noticing. Dummy. Right, this is a 1. This is not a 4, but we don't know if it's a 5 or a 3. That's not a 4. Seven is in one of these 2 cells, and it either goes with an 8 there or with 6 and 2. Now, 2 and 6 are definitely in these cells to make up the 8 sum, so 6 is not there. That's a 4-8 pair. I think that's going to inform me about that 7. 7 cannot go with a 4 because it would go with another 4. So 7 must go with an 8 and stop, and that must be in these 3 cells. 7, 8, stop. That's orange. This is 2 or 6. In this column, it can only be a 2. That's a 6. This is better. That's a 4. That's a 3. That's 3 in the corner. Do we get a little explosion? No. Quite surprised, actually. I thought we would. This is 5 or 9. So, oh, well, I can do the maths here. 6, 4, 5. There we go. 9. This puzzle might even... it might finish. We got this B3 equals 4. Now we've finished off all the green. That's all done. We finished off both blues. This purple, I don't know, 7 or 8 for A4. That might be interesting going into the other puzzle too. Okay, let's go back to the other puzzle where we've got B3 equals 4 and A4 equals 7 or 8. Can't see any A4s. B3 equals 4. That's good because it clears fog, not for any other reason. So the 4, 36 and 4 is 40, and there are 5 not in cages, not in red, I mean, which could be a single 5 or a 2-3 pair. That didn't really do a lot. The only red digit along here is a 1. I feel... no, I don't know. I don't know what those mean because they're not necessarily the bottom clues. I have to keep focused on that, otherwise I just forget it. Okay, I didn't get much done in this puzzle. If this had been 2 people sitting here, the one on this puzzle is really struggling to get anything done. Unless I'm just missing stuff. That's possible, but I think this is hard. Now, this could still be 4 cells if that went 4, 2, 5, 1. This probably can't be 7 or 8 anymore. That's hardly worth noting, but still. Okay, I'm going back to the more colourful puzzle. Oh, we've got a B4 here, which can't be 9, 8, 7, 4 or 5. B4 is 1, 2, 3 or 6. I don't think there was any rule to say all the different cages had to be different numbers. We've got 3 in grey. That's a single 3, so it's not there. That's not grey. That's orange. The grey is, well, it's in one of those 3 cells. Fog grey is really messing with my head at the moment. Oh, that has to be a 4 in this column because 2, 1 and 3 are in the column. That is going to clear fog. Good. Now, oh, the only outies, there's 20 in this row, plus 1 and 3 in those rows. Well, they have to go in this 12 column. The maximum there is an 8. We've got to put the 1 and the 3 in there. Oh, that's been so obvious. I never saw that. Now I can put in 1 and 7 using Sudoku, and the greys are done. Is everything else in this puzzle orange? Those are. And those are. Okay, so I've finished colouring this puzzle. I could get rid of orange now, because I meant to clear out colours when I'm finished. Now, can I do more by Sudoku? 5 there, 1 there. This is not a 1. No, that's 6 or 7. That's 6 or 9. 6, 7 or 9. Well, of course, oh, that I know. A4 is an 8. I know that now. And that means that's an 8, and that's an 8, and that's an 8. That's 7. Ooh, that's doing Sudoku. 6, 9, 7. That's a 4, 7 pair. They can be filled in. This is 9 and a 5, 6 pair. 2, 3, 8 here. I know that that's the 8 with a 2, 3 pair. 5 and 1 get written in there. Now, 2, 5, 6 up here. Well, we started in puzzle A, but it looks like we're getting a lot closer to a finish in puzzle B at this point. But I wonder if I'm going to kind of fall foul of not having very many. Oh, maybe I'm going to have to work out what B4 is from the other puzzle. We got that A4 equals 8. 7, 9, 6, 5. That's a naked 3. Sees all the other digits in the row and column. Excellent. 1 and 8 up here. Don't know the order, but this is now not a 3. B4 is 2 or 6. That's a 4. That triple's done. That does this pair. That finishes this triple. Oh, 2 there. 6, 5. If I got my markings right. Let's just be careful, because those pencil marks didn't look right. I'm not going to take chances with that. I don't know if I did get them right or not. That's a 5 or 6. That's a 7. That's a 5, 6 pair. So we get a 2 in the B4 cage. Right. Now we know everything. I mean, I think I'm finishing this puzzle, which is great. Oh, what's the time? Oh, that's not the full time I've spent. Oh, so that's the time I've been on this page. I didn't know it did that. Excellent. Well, we've done 23 minutes 37 here. We've got that B4 is a 2 and A4 is an 8. B4 is a 2. A4 is an 8. I'm not using that. But B3 here, oh, I knew what that was before. That's a 4. There's some fog. B1 is a 5, according to this. That 5 goes in here. Well, this might get something done now. Finally. Okay, now we've got a 10 sum here. So this digit can't be more than 3. That has to be a 2. That's not a 2, so that's not a 4 now. So this is either 6, 3, 5 or 4, 2. Can't be 6. This is always a 5. Ah, maybe I could have worked that out before. So there is a red 1 in one of these two cells, and there is no 1 in these cells, which are a 2, 3, 4 triple, so that is a 6, sitting next to a 3 on the dot. That's a 2, 4 pair. This is a yellow 1. There is a red 1 here, then a red 16. I don't know how to deal with that. Is this, yeah, this is definitely 8, because that can't be a 1 now. That's yellow. Oh, in this row we've got a 2 4 runs. So that's a 4 and a 3, 1 in some order. No 8s there. 4, 8 and 7 to place. That's 7 or 8. That's 4 or 7. 4, 7 or 8 here. where's the one? Oh, 14 is done there, so that's yellow. Still a bit of fog to clear from the clues, irritatingly. And the red 5 has turned up in this column. Don't know whether it's at the top or the bottom. A red 2 and a 4 in... Oh, what's this then? Well, it's not the red 2, so it's part of the red 4. It's either a 4 or 1 or 3. And the red 2 is somewhere above it in one of those cells. Crumbs. Now, is it possible for this row to have a 1-3 pair here? If not, one of these is a 4, and that wouldn't be. So could that be a 1-3 pair? That would also be a 1 or a 3. This could be a 4 in the column. Oh, that's really annoying. It is possible for that to be a 1-3 pair. In fact, the fact that it's possible suddenly makes it relatively likely. This is still not done. 1, 5, 8, 2. So 3 and 6 are in these cells. Can this be a 9-7 pair? Oh, it has to be, because I've got yellow there and there. Ah, that's a 7-9 pair, and this is definitely a 4. And now this does have to be a 1-3 pair, exactly what I was speculating about. That must be a 1-3 pair as well. This, I think, has to be a 4. That can't be a 3, because that can't be a 2. That's red, part of the 5 sum. It's got to only be 2 cells. That is a 4. That's 1, that's 3. And that is all the red done in column 1. Those are surrounded by yellow in column 2. This is almost certainly going to have to be a single 3. Yeah, that's yellow, so we can't have a 1-2 pair. That is... Oh, could that be a 4 with a 3 down here? Okay, let's hold hard on that one just in case. It's funny what you have to take account of when you can't just play very careful. Now that's a 1. That's just been done. So does that resolve what I was thinking about? We can't have a 2-1. Yeah, but this could still be 4 blank 3. I don't think that's changed. The 1 in this row is now in one of these cells, the red 1. It's not going to be in this column where the red 1 must be higher than that. It's so strange. And there's a red 2 up here somewhere that could be there. Probably wants to be there. The red 2 is not here, where there's only a red 1 in the row to come, so that's yellow. It's such an odd puzzle to be completing. I don't know, I'm never comfortable now. That can't be 7 or 9. That is 4, 5, or it's not 5, it's 4 or 8. Up here, we can't have a 4. That is the only place for 4 in this column. 7-9 pair to make 16. 5-1 pair in red at the top. Now, those cannot... Oh, they could add to 10. They can be 8 and 2. This can't be a 4, or 10 is exploded. But it could be 7-2-1 or 8-2, and then that would be a 1. Right, this can't be red, because we can only have a maximum 1 red in that column, so that's yellow. This can't be the red 1, because it would be the wrong total in this row, so that's yellow and not the 1. This is the red 1. That's yellow. That's probably always been yellow, but it's very yellow now. Now that is a 7 to make the 10 sum, and that's yellow. This is 8. 6, 16, 2. These columns are all sort of done. Those are the same digit as each other. Now, in this row, the outies add up to 5. That's a 5. This is a 2, 6, 8 triple. In this column, those are probably in a 28 sum, although actually there is probably a red here, and a red here, and a red here. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I just don't know. We need a red 1 in this column. It's got to be in one of those two cells. And then there's going to be a red 4. We can't make up the 4 with a 1-3 pair. So there is a red 4, but it's either there or there. What a weird pair of possibilities. There's a red 2 that is either here or here in column 2. There's a 1-3 pair in this row in red. So that's a 6. And that's 3. A 1-3 pair, but I don't know where they go. The 3 in this column has to be a single 3. It's either there or there. It can't be in this box because of that 3. The 4, I see it can still be here. I think it probably is, actually. There is a 1 up here. That's almost just Sudoku now. Does the 1... I don't know. There's a 1 at the top of this column that can't be there. It's got to be again in one of those two cells. So that's an X-wing on 1s. And it's a red 1 both times. So one of those is a red 1 in a 7 sum, which can't be 1, 2, 4. So it must be 2 digits, 1 and 6. So one of these two cells is a 6 in the row, a red 6. That can't be in this column because the sum would be wrong. So it is there. That's the red 6, but I don't know which side its 1 is. That's become yellow. Then we have a 17 sum that could be 2 cells there, or could involve these. No, it couldn't involve these because we'd have to have a 10 sum below. So that is a 17 sum in 2 cells there. That's a 9-8 pair. Then we've got a 10 sum below it that's not got an 8 in. Now, this 9 or 8 is in a 12 sum in this row. So it's either 9-3 or 8-4. This is in a 16 sum, and it's preceded by a single 2, which is there. And everything else in that column is yellow. One of those is a 1. I'm still none the wiser, really. One of those is a 1. In this row, we need a 1-3 pair. That's definitely here now. And that's yellow. 2, 6, 8 makes that a 9. 9, I said. That's 8. 4, 5, and 7. That's the 5 in the central box. That's a 4-7 pair. Let's do Sudoku. It's easier when we do Sudoku. That's a 9-7 pair. This can't be red in the column. Still don't know whether it's 1 space 4, which is possible for the 12, or 4 space 3. We've got to have 12 in red down here. That must involve this cell because it's at least too big and it's separate from that. So that's red. That's in the 10 sum. Ah, so it's a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a naked 1 then. And this is a 3-4 pair. That 1 is the only red left in this row. Those are yellow. That, I still don't know. This is 3 or 4 because it has to be one of those. That is part of a 12 sum that I feel has to include that because this can't be more than 3. So that's definitely in the 12 sum. That has constrained the 12 sum on the right, ooh, finally, to just 3 cells. And that's a 9 to make that add up. And now we get all of those, all of the last 3 columns are done here. That's an 8, which finally clears a 16 here. I don't know how many digits that is. We've got a 16 here. That is now a 9 and a 7 only. So the 4 is yellow. Oh, goodness, it's coming together finally now. But this has been a mission. 5 there puts me 5 there. This must be a 5, 3, 4 triple in red. And this one in its column is a 3. That's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 4. A little deadly pattern of 3s and 4s. I hope you can't hear the banging outside, which sounds like someone's trying to escape from somewhere. I've still got fog here. That's weird. That's a 7. Now, this is part of a 12 sum. It can't be 8, 3, 1. It needs a 4. That 4 has to be here. And we need just a single red 1 somewhere up there. Okay, this has to add to 28. That's probably the key thing. Oh, we need a separated red 1. So that's there now. That's the other red 1. These are yellow. That's the full colouring. I can get rid of all the yellow now, which we have to do. I can get rid of those pencil marks. That has become a 3 by Sudoku. That's a 1. Well, I can add this up now to make 28. I've already got 14. These add up to 14, and they are 6 and 8. And that will get us finished. We've got 2 and 9 to place in the column. 2 there, 9 there. That's a naked 2. This is a 4, 8 pair. Bye-bye fog. Just got 1 fog cell left in the whole of this mission. 3 and 5 there, haven't sorted them out. 7 and 8 here, haven't done them. I've done all the red cells though, and I've filled them all in. There's nothing else to be learnt from those. So the rest is Sudoku. This is a naked 7 in the fog. There we go. That's a 6. That's a 6. These are 5, 9 and 8. I can fill them all in, and that is good news. Very good news. We get a 2 here, 5 and 7 in these cells, 3 in the corner. Do we get a party? No. But we do finish the puzzles, and there we go. Now, not entirely finished. That is correct. Brilliant. Thank you, Panthera and the Asylum. Now, what am I looking at here in the red? I'm so bad at identifying these. Foes eternal. Is that an eye of a beast or something? Are we looking at a couple of legs down here? A dragon, maybe? I mean, this is absolute magic eye territory. I have to go away from the screen and blur my eyes. I feel like it could be a dragon looking backwards, like with its head up there, looking backwards, but then it would have two sort of, a tail over here and something else there. I don't know. Is that a dragon or a dog? And what's this one? Green for some grass. Foes eternal is the clue from the title. Oh, I mean, I'm terrible at identifying. I mean, I didn't think I'd be this bad at trying to identify what this picture is. So use the colour mark. We've got blue on the right. Oh, St. George. This is St. George with his sword. Here he is. This is his armour and his body, and this is the rest of him. Here are his legs down here. He's standing astride something, probably that he's slain. That's him looking out the visor. And this is the dragon that is being eternally slain. I think we're looking at St. George and the dragon. I could be wrong. But excellent stuff from Panthera and the Asylum. Do tell me what you think the pictures are at the end. And how you got on with the puzzles, because I'll be fascinated. If anybody did it as a pair, that would be very interesting to hear about. Thanks for watching. See you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.